So another table one, when you left your house this morning, your cell phone was 50% charged, and then it started to lose 5% charge for each hour thereafter. Write an equation for B in terms of T. So just so we remember, that's Y in terms of X for us. When we write the equation, representing the charge remaining in your battery as a percentage T hours after you left your house. Now in the table, we got number of hours since Justin, or you, I guess, left your house. Percentage charge remaining on the phone or battery, which is, again, that tells us immediately what the X and Y values are for the table. But the other thing is some students get mixed up because this is a percentage right here, so we don't need to actually change these percentages into decimals. They want the actual full percentages on this. Now that means also, since it's labeled for us in the title for the Y values, that we don't have to worry about labeling these as percents. So it says number of hours since Justin, or you, I guess, left your house. Right there is 0. So that means that you wouldn't have left your house. Then we know that you were at a 50% charge. Okay, that's what it was when you left your house. So in here, the percentage charge remaining on the phone or battery, 50%. But again, this tells us right here that we have the y-intercept because the x value is 0. Then after that, it says it will lose 5% charge every hour. But again, this is telling us we have just found a unit rate. And we know the unit rate is also the slope. So right here, after 1 hour, you would have lost, so we're going to subtract 5%. 50 minus 5, 45%. So after an hour, you got 45%. If we take on another hour, then you will lose another 5%, which would put you at 40%. 45 minus 5 is 40. And then another hour there would mean losing another 5%. So that would be 35%. Now from here, of course, you can see you're losing 5% every hour. Again, you may ask, well, how long would it take to drain the battery completely if you don't charge it between now and then? But I'll leave that one up to you, okay? But that's the table. On the assignment, after you finish the table, you'll have to click on finish with the table or something like that, and then it will pull up a box for the equation. So our equation, slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, but we did find the unit rate, right? That's the 5% charge each hour. Now again, you don't need to change that into a decimal value. But in addition to that, again, don't forget that you're losing that 5%, which is going to make that 5 a negative. Okay, well, what did you start at? Well, up here, it said you started at 50%. Okay, so I know that I have a positive 50 right there. And yes, we did find that in the table. Again, I'm just showing you that different ways that you can tell that you have found your y-intercept. But again, this one does not want this in terms of y and x. It wants b in terms of t. So instead of the y, I'm going to use a b. And instead of an x, I'm going to use a t. So b, looks like that's the battery left, would be negative 5% times the number of hours plus the 50% that you started with. But again, the order can be different if you prefer it to be. You can say that you're going to start at 50% and then take away 5% every hour. There we go. Now in the past, it's possible you've seen tables like this and then you know how to find the slope this way. Again, slope is the change in these y values compared to your change in the x values, because we know slope is a ratio of change in y over change in x.